Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have Professor Flowers and T. Wright on the show tonight. What's up, guys?
What's up? We just blessing the world with our presence and beauty.
Yeah, we decided to lighten up people Friday nights. You know what I'm saying? We giving the people that didn't have nothing playing for tonight. They can tune into the show. Grab some popcorn. T.O. say, get your popcorn ready. Guys, we about to have a killer show, like always. So y'all boys had a good Friday so far?
Oh, yeah. Got off a little early because the water, something was wrong with our water in our building, so they let us off a little early. So.
Oh, look at that. You sabotaged the water in the building. Good job.
I ain't got to do it.
He said,
I ain't got to do too much.
Hey, by any means necessary. That's what I say on a Friday. I got done my route today, and they were like, "Hey, we got a special speaker coming by, so y'all need to come back to the depot." And so we had a special speaker today to help motivate us, to help improve our skills. So I'm gonna take a little tidbit from what he talked about today and put it into the podcast. You know how it is. See, right? You was down in New Orleans, living it up. Our correspondent, our game and party goer correspondent.
That's good, man.
When they have them after parties, we seeing Tim Wright onto the scene with the BOL.
That's Gatwood, man. That's Gatwood.
See, you move down on bourbon.
Yeah, T. Wright. Yeah, we live. I forgot who do that. Yeah, we live, baby. We live. So that's T. Wright right there. He's
what a
party goer correspondent.
What a night.
So you ain't get too wasted, huh?
Oh no.
Your P's Q's down that way now.
Not white boy wasted.
No, never.
Never. Flowers, you remember that song?
Oh yeah, classic back in the day.
Classic. So man, let's go ahead and dive into some sports. I saw some interest today where somebody posted, what would your all-time great offense look like? So of course we have your quarterback, you have your two receivers, you have your tight end, and you have your running back. So I'm kind of curious to see y'all all-time great offense. Flowers, if you had to put together your basically your core on your offense, who would you pick? So you have, of course, a quarterback, one running back, two receivers, and a tight end. What would you go with?
I might surprise a few people with this. No, I'm gonna keep it simple. Give me 2005 Peyton Manning. All right.
Oh,
yeah, he Pacific.
2005 was regular season. 2005 Peyton Manning. Running back. Let's see here. I can go so many ways for running back. Let's say,
what you're looking for. What kind of offense you trying to go for?
I need balance. So in our heyday, give me LT. Give me the Danny and Thomason.
Ooh,
all right.
Okay.
Tight end. Give me a prime Gronk. All right.
Gronk, really? Okay.
Well, how many wideouts? 2?
Two wideouts.
Okay, give me Randy Moss on one side, and give me Marvin Harrison on another side.
Marvin Harrison.
Well, I mean, I can go offensive line too.
I know. T-Right said, "No, we're gonna stop right there." I'm surprised with Marvin Harrison right there. What? You just
look. No, because I mean, if you look at history, Peyton and Marvin are the number one quarterback wide receiver combination for touchdowns. So I can't give Peyton and not have Marvin Harrison in the mix. I mean, I got Randy Moss. I got
the field stretcher. Yeah.
I mean, both of them can stretch the field, but I gotta have Marvin in there. That's my.
We're really surprised. Yeah, Gronk. You know, they say Gronk is top 5 tight end. Some people have him top 3. I don't know, man. It just
might be
the
top
way
2.
Gronk is not the greatest to me. Like I probably got him in top 5, but I feel like he's not as great of a route runner as some of the other tight ends. I think he's just big and he just know how to.
He's big body, man.
Well, he's 6'7" or something like that.
6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, he just know how to use his body. But of course, he got Tom Terrific throwing the football, so that make a huge difference. But I can't take it away from Gronk. But I just feel like there's other tight ends I'll probably choose. What about you, T-Right?
If I was taking my quarterback, I was going, man.
I mean, look, we have L. Yeah, you can go with Payton, but I'm saying we have Rodgers, L.A. Tom. You were hyping Tom up the whole season last year.
Me?
Talking about he the GOAT. Yeah, you all. I want to say all y'all, but
man, I used to love how Peyton he's surgical with it. Like he get to the line, he audible and he. So
he used every minute of that clock.
Right.
He gonna use every minute to get everything adjusted. He gonna use every minute of it.
Yeah, if I'm going Peyton. My running back, give me Sweetness.
Oh, Walter. Yeah.
I
love that. I love it.
Got to give me a Mississippi guy in there. Give me another Mississippi guy, Y and Jerry.
Jerry, okay.
The GOAT, arguably the GOAT.
Yes,
on the other side, give me Randy. And what I'm missing, the tight end. Give me Tony. Give me Tony.
Tony Gonzalez. Yeah, that's a good one. I always hated Tony Gonzalez. Not like on the not the level as Cam Newton, but I never liked Tony Gonzalez. I don't know why.
Because he used to play for the Falcons.
Yeah, he played for the Falcons and he played for the Chiefs. I just didn't. I wasn't a big Tony Gonzalez fan. I respected him, but I just didn't. I don't know. It was just something about his demeanor I just didn't like. I guess I don't know.
Tony didn't sway a lot of people. He didn't sway you as a football player when we were younger. I'm quite sure.
That's probably
a pretty boy.
Yeah,
just the looks of him, probably.
So I'm going to surprise y'all with my list. Y'all don't say, "Oh, here comes biasness," but Drew Brees, of course. I was gonna go with. But I really thought about it, guys.
Jameis Winston.
As the backup.
Hey, stop that. Hey, you might be surprised where Winston might end up be at next year. So Drew Brees, I was gonna go with Elway because everybody don't realize this, but I feel like Elway was Big Ben before Big Ben. Elway, he was big, he was mobile. He had a pretty good arm on him, So. But I like Brees. He never really had that guy. And he put up great numbers without that guy. So I'm going Brees as my quarterback. Running back, I'm going with Barry. Never had O-line, but he always, managed to
very special.
Loose. Very special. And given how Drew always uses running backs, I feel like Drew and Barry would be a perfect combination.
Oh, Barry in a screen game?
Yes.
Imagine
Barry was in today's game, like how they get running backs the ball.
Great in space. Wow, Barry would be great today.
Man. How they scheme up space now? Shoot.
Yeah. Look at what Drew Brees did with Darren Sproles.
Exactly. Man, they look like a Hall of Famer.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So Barry is my running back. At my receivers, All right, I'm going big body, Megatron, Calvin Johnson. How do y'all feel about this? Calvin Johnson is on the same par as Randy, but I feel like Calvin might be a little bit better than Randy. How y'all feel about that?
I don't know if I can say that. I'm not saying that it's Randy by a landslide, but
yeah.
I mean, the only thing that Calvin had on Randy was size.
Yeah, and
Randy
Calvin
was 205.
Calvin Randy could route tree.
Yes, he could. Randy could too.
I'm a little young, so I feel like
Randy didn't want to go across the middle though. That's one place he did not want to. In that NFL game,
he didn't have to.
He didn't want to.
He didn't have to.
Yeah, he didn't have to. He didn't have to.
Because every highlight,
but and also
he running the go. That's what I was going
every time.
Chris Carter was
like that.
Chris Carter took up the middle of the field back when Randy first came. All right.
But what also made me take Calvin Johnson over Randy is sometimes Randy, he take himself out of the game with his mindset. There was, especially if you don't get the ball, sometimes he had that little, he sulks a little bit. Sometimes I remember that one game he took himself out of it. Like he was just like, bro. I think it was get Dante Culpepper. I forgot what exactly happened, but he kind of shut down a little bit. So that's why I'm taking Calvin, because he give me the same stuff Randy did on the field. And what Calvin ran like a 4.3 at that size.
Randy Moss probably was faster than Calvin.
Yeah, Randy Moss faster, but Calvin can scoop too. Now at my receiver, I'm taking Jerry because he can run the whole route tree. So Drew is hitting Jerry, for them first downs. He always got to take a big shot. He gonna throw Jerry open, like literally. Jerry gonna be Jerry Rice is open, but he gonna be wide open with Drew, because Drew gonna make sure that he put the ball in the right spot. Okay, that's how accurate he is. And then, I talking smack about Tony Gonzalez, but I'm taking Tony Gonzalez because he literally has the best hands of all tight ends. So, I wouldn't go Jimmy Graham. I
know you did.
Not that biased. It was so crazy. If Jimmy Graham wouldn't chase the money, he probably would have been a Hall of Famer.
For sure, I think. If he stayed with the longevity, if he got the longevity.
Yep, if he would stay with New Orleans, I feel like I remember him and Grunt was competing to be the best tight end in the league
and won a Super Bowl. He would have been a Hall of Famer.
He would have been a Hall of Famer. Him and Grunt were jockeying for that position as who's the number one tight end at that time. But he got the big head and he thought he was all that in the back.
Gotta get paid. Gotta get paid, man. The NFL is a short career.
So that's my top 5, going in. If I had to put together a roster and to go win a Super Bowl. So I think we did pretty good. Some people like, what about T.O.? He was close. What about Chris Carter? Yeah, what about Chris Carter, Michael Irvin? You guys.
T.O. was special, ladies and gentlemen. If you
I know, I was gonna go T.O., but I feel like Jerry. I have Megatron. I don't need 2 big body receivers, so I went with Jerry, the route runner. He gonna create space and get open. Just like Marvin Harrison. So I went with I don't call Jerry a slot guy because he played outside.
No, he's outside guy. He can play. He can play the X or Y.
Yeah, so that's why I went with Jerry, because I feel like he can play the in and out. So there we go. What you say?
You should have did 3 receivers with a slot guy.
Oh, okay, a slot guy.
Well, if that's the case, I moved Marvin to the slot and I put T.O. out.
T.O. out wide.
T.O. out wide.
Yeah, you read my mind. I'll do the same thing with Jerry to the inside and put T.O. on the out. If I did 3 receivers, I just move Jerry because Jerry can play all over the place.
Yeah.
If you had a slot.
I don't know. That's tough. I think because y'all know more about the scheming than me. Are slot guys like speed guys?
You would want speed in the slot.
Yeah,
you want speed in the slot.
Yeah. Because they take the top off. They can create mismatch in the middle field with most of the time be open. That's a Tyreek or even Tyreek Hill or AB. AB would probably be a killer.
That's who I would take. AB.
AB
was crazy.
He would, and AB in the slot. Oh my word! Nobody can't touch him in the slot. You know, he was too quick off them. Like his get off the line was top notch. Him and Chad Johnson. Like when you watch him and Chad Johnson.
Chad route running, footwork.
Chad in the Hall of Fame?
No. I think he should be.
For what he did with Cincinnati, I think he should be considered.
Yes, like his route running was literally one of the best I ever seen.
Chad was top 5 when he played in his position group.
Yes,
no doubt.
He was. Yeah, and for a while he was like literally a top 3 receiver for a long time. So that tell you something about Chad Johnson. You know, they better put that gold jacket on like he on the sideline. He
used to have the best celebration.
Man.
Did y'all see that story he had? He came out and talked about this like a couple of days ago. They say he actually lived at the stadium his first.
He did.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
that's so man. That's why Chad was my favorite player. He just do like random stuff. Like who would have thought a rookie?
Bro.
Just say, I don't just live
here.
Said
they said he used to call one of the coaches.
He's called Marvin Lewis at 3:00 in the morning and say,
like,
"Coach, I'm open."
Hey, at that point, I'm putting Chad on block every night. Hey, I'll take him out. I'll take him off block.
That's a lot of commitment, though, man. He stayed at the stadium to save money, but just to be there. Man, you can't get mad at somebody.
Who you talk like? How you just pull that off? You talk to the owner like, "Yo, I'm just stay here, bro."
They I don't think they knew at first, but they found out and they told him, "Man, you gotta go. You gotta go home."
Hey, look on the security guard. Look on camera. Man, why Chad walking down the hallway at 2:00 in the morning? What? Did he ever leave the stadium? Oh man,
oh Chad, man.
Hey, if I was the owner and I saw that, like, man, I don't care. Just Chad, nobody else. Chad, you can stay. It's cool.
Just don't break nothing.
Just don't break nothing.
Cut the lights off.
Yeah, cut the lights off when you leave. Oh man. So the NFL draft is up and coming, and it's just a lot of speculation right now about the quarterbacks, running backs. Who should people take? So I want to ask y'all, Flowers, who do you have your eyes on going into the draft or going into the combine? Really, who you looking to watch in the combine?
Well, with us having the 4th pick, I'm quite sure I'll be asked this a lot. Who do I prefer? I mean, we have to take a quarterback. I remember when you asked me probably about a month or so ago who I thought was going to be a coach, and I said it was going to be between the Bengals OC, the Eagles OC, in which we hired him, and Jeff. All right. Steichen, if I'm not, I think that's his name, Shane Steichen. We need to develop a quarterback. That's why Jeff didn't get the job. I wouldn't be mad with CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. And I'm kind of torn because I try not to put size in this because I know how that feels. Because I wasn't looked at because of my height when I was coming out of high school. It was such a big issue, not as big as it is now, but quarterbacks they try to emphasize it. But
yeah,
I'm kind of leaning towards CJ right now just because of size. But I love the way Bryce, and I've told people this, I love the way Bryce manipulates the pocket, how he stands in the pocket, how he lives in the pocket, his poise. I like everything about Bryce Young. I really do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm keeping an eye on.
So your eyes on Bryce Young and CJ Stroud? Yeah, they were talking about Bryce Young earlier today. I listened to a podcast, and they brought on a former GM. I believe, I can't remember what team he was a GM for. But he said, no, I don't remember off the top of my head. But I think he's a younger guy. I think he's like close to his 40s. But he was saying he is very high on my mind just went blank. Quarterback from Alabama.
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young. He's high. He said he's in like a one in a generation type talent. He said he might be.
They say that every
I don't know.
I feel like they say that about somebody every year.
Every year, but he said, I was kind of shocked he said it. He said could be this draft Patrick Mahomes. I was like,
I don't get caught in
really.
I don't think he has the arm talent like Patrick. Now, as far as him moving in the pocket and being poised and making different throws, yes, I think we get caught up in trying to find the next Patrick Mahomes when Patrick Mahomes is one of a kind.
Mm-hmm. Right. Rick Spielman, that's his name. Y'all remember Rick Spielman, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying that he's a generational type talent, Bryce Young, and that he see him as the mold of Patrick Mahomes. And so he was saying, do teams want to be like what happened between Mitch Trubisky and who was that? Mahomes, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, Trubisky.
No,
and
Deshaun Watson. Was it? No, it wasn't Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, it was Deshaun.
Yeah, Mitch. And do teams want to end up like that where you see CJ and you like his size, you like his build, he's like a typical NFL quarterback, and you kind of go with that, like the Bears did. I don't know what the Bears think about it. They looking at Mitch size.
Trubisky. Let me cut you off real quick. Trubisky played 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
When he came out. He was only a 1 year starter. At least we can say about CJ Stroud. He played 2-3 years.
2 years, yeah.
I mean, he tore his ACL. He came back. I don't know, man. I'm just so in between right now. But I think I'm kind of leaning towards Bryce. But it's just me going and look at this Stroud kid and look at his story from what he's overcame in his life. I have to count that as a +2. I wouldn't be mad either way. And the Richardson kid also is getting a lot of buzz. Anthony Richardson, quarterback of Florida, he's getting a lot of buzz. So I just think he's too raw. I don't think he's RC's guy. What's his name?
Lance.
Yeah, I don't think he's Trey Lance in a sense, but I think Richardson is raw now. Size and athleticism, I'm quite sure he'll blow everybody off in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't take Richardson over Bryce because I've seen what Bryce has done for the last 3 years, and Bryce Young does look like an NFL quarterback that's just playing college football this last 2 years. He was NFL ready.
Tyler, do size bother you for an NFL quarterback? What? All right, let's say you a scout. What do you look for in a quarterback?
One of the main things, and this is what I like about Bryce, he's played in a lot of big games.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not scared of the spotlight playing at Bama. And you can say the same with Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Size is a plus, but we've seen smaller quarterbacks be successful, like Drew, Russ.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I'm missing somebody. But yeah, we've seen smaller quarterbacks be successful.
Yeah. So it's successful.
It's a nice plus, but I try not to get too caught up in size. But Bryce is small. He's like,
I only know he's 200 pounds. I don't know he's 200 pounds.
I think he might be 190. Man, if we pick him, we're gonna have to keep him clean.
He basically gonna have to, Russell, what 210 coming out?
Russ, he was a little bit 205.
Yeah, 205. If he can get up to 205, I think that'll be adequate. I'll say to be in the 200, especially at that height.
Mm-hmm. He might be 5'10". He's 5'10" to 6 feet. He's somewhere in there.
They'll make it a joke on Pro Football Focus. The guy who's on the show, he said he's 5'11", but they was like, "Nah, you really 5'6". And they say you about the same height as Bryce. They say you about the same height as Bryce Young. So I'm like, wow, why y'all taking shots at Bryce Young? So it just, for me, when I look at a quarterback coming, especially in the draft, I look at, of course, I look at size and height. Cause I already said on the pod that I like tall quarterbacks. So I look at height, but when I get down into it, I look at mechanics because if your mechanics is horrible, because we saw Josh Allen when he was coming in from Wyoming, how his elbow was sticking more out than close in. especially when you're throwing his deep passes. That's why you're overthrowing a lot of receivers. So when you look at that, you know, you got to look at the mechanics. You know, it's cool to have a big arm, but what's the point of having a big arm if you always overthrowing people? And a la Winston,
big arms.
Mm-hmm. Josh Allen does it too. He just sometimes he let it ride. I'm like, bro, you just stopped throwing like 10 yards. And Winston, what we saw with Winston this season. Chris Olave. He had Chris Olave so many times. Yes. Oh my goodness. He remember that game against Tampa? How many times you overthrew Chris Olave? About 5 or 6 times. Mm-hmm. So what's the point of having a big arm if you're not accurate? So I look at mechanics pretty much and see, you know, how they coming out of their passes, you know, with the hips and make sure their feet set and all that.
Flowers, so, does the Ohio State quarterback stigma bother you at all with CJ?
What you mean? Oh, you talking about bars?
Like Barrett,
Ohio State quarterbacks can't play.
Yeah,
they
JT
don't
Barrett
really produce much in the league.
Yeah, we had JT Barrett, that other black quarterback.
JT Barrett.
Carlisle? No, not Carlisle.
The kid that passed away not too recently.
Haskins, but the other kid before the other kid Jones. Before, Cardale Jones. Now we're looking at Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. I am a little skeptical about it, but I tell you, you know what? I was skeptical until I seen him play Georgia, and I know he had Marvin Harrison Jr. And if they had Marvin Harrison Jr., they probably beat Georgia. And with him putting on that kind of a show against Georgia, they kind of showed me some things. I feel like Dwayne Haskins wasn't a bad quarterback. I just felt like he came out too soon. I feel like he needed to stay another year to learn. CJ, to me, he's poised. He can make the throws. Like I say, he's playing plenty of big games. I haven't looked at CJ enough to truly give you a truly honest, thorough evaluation of him. I've seen Bryce more because of we're down here. You know, and I didn't tell y'all the ways that I evaluate quarterbacks. I don't care nothing about your arm strength. Like, arm strength is probably third or fourth on my list. I don't care nothing about that. I want to see your decision making. I want to talk to your mama. I want to talk to your father. I want to talk to your coaches. I want to talk to the equipment manager and ask me how you were. You know, are you a smart student? I'm kind of sounding like Deion Sanders, kind of.
Like what you like off the field? Like how you handle business? You know, in classrooms and
are you a leader? You know, what are your grades? You know, I think the little things like that matter. I think we get caught up in, he can throw it 75 yards. He can run a 4.3. Okay, that's fine and all, but how's your decision making? Are you going to take what defense is giving you? Are you not going to force the issue? Are you going to stay composed? Are you going to corral your teammates? Lead teammates. It's so many things that play into a role of a quarterback. Your quarterback is your CEO. He's the president of this company. They direct and lead the whole company in so many ways.
Right.
So it cannot just be about arm strength and size when it comes to the quarterbacks. Because if you just bring up Jameis Winston is probably the best example. All right. Yes. When Jameis was at Florida State, he was great talent, but what got Jameis in trouble? His decision making was still in crab. Well, I ain't gonna say it was still a crab leg. I'm quite sure somebody probably gave him the hookup at the store. He just tried to walk out. Right. I ain't gonna say he just switched it up, but it's just the decision making. He can't play in the game, and he's on the field practicing. Jimbo officially got to pull him out. You're not supposed to be playing. Just small things like that, and that translates to him trying to force it down the field.
Not taking what defense
not taking defense game, and just all that stuff just translates. Johnny Manziel, I can go on and on. Decision making.
Johnny, oh my word, that dude was a loose cannon.
And can you imagine if the NIL thing was a thing when Johnny was in college, man?
Oh man, he wouldn't even
tell that boy nothing.
Been rich off college.
My good.
Yeah. So I guess that's why a lot of people hate Baker because of the way he.
That's a great example. When Baker was at Oklahoma, what do you remember Baker Mayfield doing? Holding his nuts,
slamming the flag in the middle of the field.
That's cool if you're a defensive end or something like that. But quarterbacks can't do that. I mean, I didn't care about the slamming of the flag. That's cool. That's football. But just because somebody didn't shake your hand and you want to grab your nuts at the sideline and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's wild.
Then you ran away from the police and got caught in college. You got caught.
Yeah.
So
they could wild.
They can't be a franchise
boy. That's why
that kind of athlete, bro. There's no way you should be getting.
Bro, as a teammate, I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
What are you doing?
Like, why are you doing this? You the leader of our team. Why are you doing this, man?
You had to be really wilding, bro. Because especially if you're the star on that campus,
yeah,
you already got pulled everywhere, even with the police.
Exactly.
So you had to be really, really doing something for you to have to
the police like, dang, Baker. I gotta take you in.
Now I gotta arrest you, bro.
And I'm not this kind of a guy that you do one thing, I throw you to hell. I'm not that kind of a guy. I believe in giving people second chances. It's all about what you show me and what you do. All right. I remember when that got pulled over in Mississippi, DUI, it was a one-time thing. I didn't look, I said, well, it had, he got to do better, better decision-making. That's fine. He ain't got in trouble ever since. It's a difference.
Yeah, it's a difference. Especially at that age when kids make unhasty decisions.
Right.
Just like, cause when I look back at the Flowers, you can test this what we did in college. You like, bro, we really was on it. We really was on it, bro.
Yeah. I remember a few things I could have got in trouble for, but
exactly. I was like, why? Like we were thinking about it never clicks in our mind like, yo, we should not be doing it. We just thinking like we young, free.
We young, man.
Yeah, we young, bro. Like not that we untouchable, but we just young. Like we just trying to have fun. It's nothing like we not meant no harm. We just trying to have fun. So,
ladies and gentlemen, never think you're untouchable.
Yes. Never think you're untouchable.
It's just wild because I had some homeboys that played on, and they played at some SEC schools, and I went to see them for homecoming. And it's just wild the kind of like celebrity status that these athletes have, especially football players at SEC schools. And I think that's why a lot of them think they're untouchable.
Yeah, that's why a lot of them they be doing like crazy stuff. Like even like we all play sports and we weren't like on that level, but we were still doing foolish things.
Exactly.
So think about if you that star player and you had that much pool, what you doing?
Think about the perks. Like I only played. I played a little junior college football, of course, but just small things like when I went to the bookstore, I didn't have to wait in line for my books because they were already ready. And just little things like that athletes get, man.
Yeah, it make you feel special. Like
make you feel special.
Yeah, like hey, move out the way, scrubs. Let me get my books.
Right. Just go right down. Special line. Yeah. There you go.
So
ain't no line for no athlete.
Exactly. So I understand, especially with the quarterbacks. So the combine is gonna be something else, guys. I feel like a lot of teams need quarterbacks this year. It's a handful of teams, but there's only so many quarterbacks to go around. Because the whole Saints situation, they're like, so do we sign Derek Carr? Do we tank? Do we bring in Andy Dalton for another year and go get a quarterback then? So it's like it's all these stipulations of what's going on with these teams. And I think that I believe some people might be reaching. There was a report that Anthony Richardson, that he's the talk of the draft, that some believe he might be the next Josh Allen or Cam Newton. That some believe he might go in the first round or the fourth round. Flower, do you think you need to see the combine to get a good assessment of where he might go?
I've seen the kid play, and he's gonna wow people. I'm gonna tell you this now. I don't see him leaving past the second round, and I'm saying this now. This is before the combine. I'm quite sure his combine. He's not gonna get past the first. He's not gonna get past the second. I'm quite sure, but I wouldn't be surprised he was taken in the top 15.
Yeah, he's 19 on Kuiper's board right now.
Ooh, 19. Okay.
I can see us taking him. The one thing I do not want us to do is trade up Do not. I'm not want Indianapolis to trade up. I think we're fine at 4. Do not trade up to Chicago. Give this year, next year, and our second round pick away just to move up, 2-3 slots. But I feel like the quarterback that we want will be there at 4. Do not trade up Indianapolis, please.
Who got the second, third pick?
Houston got the second pick.
Yeah.
Arizona got the third pick.
So right now, this is the quarterback rankings. I'm going to go to the top 5, not going through the whole 10. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, and Hendon Hooker. So,
SEC. That's all you see.
That's all you heard.
That's all you heard. So it's slim pickings this year. So a lot of teams, some team gonna make a foolish decision and trade up as to get Anthony Richardson. They're gonna take a chance. Tyler, if you the Saints, would you take a chance on Anthony Richardson?
It's tough because the guy that's coming out next year,
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, the truth. I hate the tank, but man,
it'll be the year. It'll be the year.
But I think the Saints are in the win now mode. So there were reports that the Saints were looking at Hendon Hooker. What y'all think about Hendon Hooker?
I didn't watch a lot of Tennessee games. It's Tennessee quarterback, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch
Tennessee
a lot of
was
games,
different because of Hendon Hooker. That I will say. The one thing that turned me off about Hendon Hooker is that I think he's like 26.
26, yeah.
Oh.
So if he has a successful career, you're only going to get 10 to 15 years from him.
So you already passed. He kind of like he's not in his prime. Like he might touch his prime at like 30. And
your prime is from 28 to 32, or 27 to 32.
He got.
I'm talking about. I'm trying to think
torn ACL.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking like how fast it takes him to get acclimated to NFL speed. Get
about 3 years.
Down. Yeah, about 3 years. So that's what I'm saying. He might be hitting 30 where he finally gets everything. That might be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's gonna be interesting with this upcoming draft. So I know I'm gonna keep my eyes on it and see what's gonna happen. Cause I like to see the combine, especially with receivers. They always fly off the board. Now running back, they're gonna be interesting right there with the running backs. Cause how the value of running backs went down. And
do y'all take a running back?
No, not in the first round.
Well, I'm only saying, like, if the Robinson kid from Texas is there, he's supposed to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
If he was there, which y'all 18?
Yeah, I said they were talking about the Saints might draft him since Kamara.
Right, that's why I'm saying this.
Yeah. I mean, see, that's why I think I would take a running back in the first round. Kamara, we're gonna have to address that anyway. We don't have a backup. Mark Ingram is old. We have Dwayne Washington. He's a special team guy. We brought in Eno Benjamin later on this season. So Kamara, he's getting up there in age. So I think that you have to take him. If I'm the Saints, I'm drafting running back. Bring in Andy Dalton back for another season.
Oh, you trying to tank?
I don't think that's taken. I think that's waiting to see who might come up. He said that. I'm riding with Andy, bro. I'm like, we can sit back another year till we find somebody that we really want. We don't know what's gonna go with Justin Fields. I mean, the reports are out there. We don't know what some of these moving around quarterbacks. So we just bring back Andy. I don't want Hendon Hooker. I mean, at this point, I really don't even want to sign Derek Carr for that much money. Like, bro, we just got Drew Brees off the books. I don't want to put another $40 million on the books.
Derek Carr gonna get $40 million though.
So you want to draft a quarterback?
Yeah,
it'd be wise because it help y'all cap space.
I'm getting tired. Yeah, it's time. I'm getting tired of being in always got to shave money and push money down the road and being cap held even more. So let's start fresh right now.
Don't be like us and wait 6 years to draft a quarterback.
Exactly. So we bring in a fresh pair of legs because we need a fresh pair of legs, and get Denzel Allen fired and just bring in another guy.
To be fair, we tried to draft Mahomes.
That is, and Andy Reid.
That's true.
Andy Reid. Look, what's so crazy? We tried to get Patrick Mahomes. We failed at that. We were this close to getting Lamar Jackson. We failed at that.
I don't think. Well, wait a minute now. Lamar might be available. I don't know if the Saints got the money.
They talking about the Falcons. Everybody's talking about the Falcons because of what they can give up.
I don't like
hold on. Let me see. Can I pull that real quick?
The Falcons can pay him and they can give him a top 10 pick.
Yeah, they can. So that's what's going on right now. Everybody's screaming about the Falcons, but
Carolina.
The Falcons really want Carolina. We're gonna see.
My goodness.
So
stay out of our division, bro.
Please, man. We just got done with Tom. We just got done with Tom.
We got rid of Matt Ryan when he was
We went through Matt Ryan. Then we went through freaking Cam. Then we went through Michael Vick. Michael Vick wreaked havoc in my life for a couple of years, bro. So yeah, give us a break, man. Bring back Sam Darnold and bring back
PJ Walker.
Yeah, PJ Walker, man. Let's see them guys get a fair chance, man. Like, Lamar.
Did you see the news on Lamar?
They was talking about that Lamar Jackson wants a fully guaranteed contract like Deshaun Watson.
He wants a little more than Deshaun.
Okay.
Baltimore's not gonna give it to him. He's done. He's done.
Baltimore never paid it. I don't understand. Baltimore never takes that position seriously. Like they should have handled if they would just handled this before it got to this point. What, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years
ago. Good minds think alike. 2 years ago, you should have paid. You should have gave him 40, 45 in 2 years ago because it wouldn't be nothing.
Yes.
They ain't know what to do with it. They ain't never had a
stay ahead of these quarterbacks. That's why Jalen talking right now. You give Jalen what he wants right now because it's gonna become a problem next year.
The price
AJ Brown.
I'm gonna let him go up.
Pay him now. Go and get ahead of it. And we already seen that AJ Brown said that if y'all not paying my guy, I'm leaving. Like, get me out of here too. So pay Jalen.
They don't let Jalen come if he finna get paid. Who else?
Yeah.
Joe
Burrow, bet what?
Herbert.
Allen. Allen.
Josh Allen already got paid.
Yeah, he got paid. So Joe.
He came in after Lamar, didn't he? Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How Allen get paid already? I thought he came out
because Buffalo's smart. They decided to go on and pay him. Buffalo was smart. They went on and paid him, so they wouldn't have to, end up paying him $50 million a year this year or next year. Sorry,
Kyler got paid before Lamar could.
That's correct, dude. That is true.
But you know what? That makes Arizona look smart because they gave Kyler 170, 180 guaranteed. He's 40 something on the books. I mean, the cap goes up 20 million, each year. So, like I say, that number is just going to become less.
Teams have to be smart and get ahead of these great quarterbacks. Not great, but you know what I'm saying? Top tier quarterbacks. If they're in the top 10, you got to get ahead of that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it because if you don't pay these guys and you let them walk, you back to square one. Trying to find a quarterback. Now you dealing with fans, the team being mad because you didn't pay your guy. Now you got grumblings within the organization. Now the GM looking for a new job because you probably gonna get fired because you should have paid them. So just pay the fans' favorite guy, which is the quarterback. Pay him. and they ain't just build around. But Baltimore they need to get out the mindset. I know defense.
You know what?
In this today age, you say defense win championships, but they need to get out this mindset of not paying their quarterbacks. Like you only can catch bottle in a lightning once, and that was with Trent Dilfer.
Trent,
you never do that again. Yeah, you'll never do that.
They'll never have that
Baltimore.
defense. They'll never have that defense again.
So what are y'all trying to accomplish here?
I think Baltimore think they can do it without him. I really do.
I don't know how. That blows my mind. But let's get into some news real quick. Dangerous Russ, boy. I see why they call him Dangerous Russ.
He's dangerous.
They said it's been confirmed that Russell Wilson tried to get Carroll and the Seattle GM fired and try to bring in Sean Payton. He wanted to cut ties with Pete Carroll and the GM.
In Seattle.
He just tweeted something today that said that wasn't true.
Of course he did. He's trying to save his face.
He said, I would never.
I would never.
So he tried to tell me that Sierra told him.
She might have did.
Somebody
lied somewhere.
See, I knew I didn't like Russell Wilson for a reason. Like, he's not on the same level as Cam Newton. I just wasn't a big Russell Wilson fan. I know he was a baller and everything, but I never just like rooted for him. Dude, he's really that guy that smile your face and stab you in the back.
What it sounded like.
That's what it sounded like.
Man, you can't get in contact with him. You got to talk to his assistant.
Backstabbers.
It sounded like the Game of Thrones type situation, He tried to get them before they got him.
He little finger him.
Yeah. He little finger. He tried to work his own deal on the side before they got him. That's just wild, man.
Well, my question would be to Russ is why he think he could pull it off, especially when the owner, Paul Allen, died. Because when the owner died, I think it was left to his daughter or something like that. And she put Pete Carroll in charge of pretty much majority of a good bit of everything, the overseer of everything. So maybe he would have got it done if Paul Allen would have died. But just for Russ to think he got that much clout to get, people, they love Pete Carroll up there, man.
Right.
Pete Carroll's been, he's been established up there and been firm. And for him to try to make it, it's either me or you. And look how Pete's looking now. It looks like Pete was right. And like Pete prevailed,
Mm-hmm. And then it just bring everything in perspective of what Richard Sherman and Marshawn was saying about Russ. Like they wasn't, they hated man for a legit reason. Especially after this came out also. They said Russ was apparently, this time about the Broncos, they said Russ was apparently very involved with the team, having his own office on the second level. Some say he had too much influence. It also said that not many players went to the second floor.
That ain't gonna cut it. That's not winning tradition right there. That doesn't win games. That makes me look sideways when you mess up and throw an interception.
I see why Melvin Gordon was acting the way he doing. I see why the O-line, like I ain't picking him up, even though that young guy, the backup quarterback, can't remember his name, got on to him, but the O-line, like, man, that's the rest of the sit on that ground for all I care. To Sean Payton, Sean Payton had to know this.
Of course.
He had to know this, yeah. Russ Bear, he know you can't mess around with Sean Payton. You being a
Sean Payton's a crutch. He's a crutch now.
He is.
Russ got to walk on it.
So let's get to some more news. NFL veteran quarterback Davis Webb, who spent last season backing up Daniel Jones, is being hired as the Broncos quarterback coach.
Davis Webb. I remember that.
I never heard of him.
Yeah, I think Davis Webb might be our age.
All right. Jesse Bates is good as gone. That's a huge blow for the Bengals.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He in the market?
Yep, they said because Bengals at the situation where they not gonna be able to pay a lot of guys. Kamara T. Higgins coming up. They are talking about releasing Joe Mixon.
They're gonna have to tag somebody. I mean,
they're gonna
maybe
have
they
to
use tag on T or somebody like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that's why then like I said, Joe Burrow's contract coming up. So they probably thinking ahead. So they said Bates probably gone. Matt Nagy was promoted to the offense coordinator for the Chiefs.
Shocking.
Why they trying to sabotage Patrick Mahomes, bro?
I mean, when Nagy used to be the offensive coordinator.
But I'm thinking about with Mitch, you know what I'm saying? Man, he was like, dang, he thought Mitch was Patrick Mahomes or something.
Well, come on. Let's be real here. I can't. I ain't have a good year now because they did make the playoffs. He did.
That defense was also good. That defense was adequate.
Made with Mitch. He ain't Patrick.
Yeah, he ain't Patrick. Matt Nagy learned that quick.
Very quick.
The Lions released Michael Bronkers. 17 mil. That'll be a good pickup for somebody. All right. Last news: the Rams are having trade talks for the 6-time Pro Bowler Jalen Ramsey. Where
they gotta have the money.
Where y'all think he can end up? What would be a good destination for him?
I seen Amon-Ra St. Brown reaching out to him, talking about coming to Detroit. That actually wouldn't be a bad. That wouldn't be a bad spot.
That secondary needs some work, big time.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking. I wouldn't say the Bills, because I don't know how much money they have. I feel like they needed a top corner.
Which Davis will be back fully.
Yeah. But I feel like that defense, that back end was just
hurt. They were hurt too. They lost. They lost Hamlin. What was it, Poyer or the other one that they lost?
Poyer, Mark Hunter. Poyer was out.
What was the other safety? Is Poyer and what's the?
Can't remember the other guy's name.
Micah Hyde. That's who was out. Micah Hyde.
Yeah. Hyde. Okay. I mean, Atlanta, they can pay him.
Yeah, I mean, it's all gonna come down who can pay him. So they just can't send them anywhere. Which we know they could, because the Rams probably would have to eat the majority of the hit.
Yeah.
So it's gonna depend. They're gonna try to get a first for him though.
Oh, I got a perfect spot. Minnesota.
Yeah. That'd be a pretty good spot because they showed enough to use them.
Yes, they definitely need them. That secondary. Patrick Peterson. Yeah, Patrick Peterson. He's about out the door.
This is not the same Patrick Peterson that we.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the Patrick Peterson.
He's about out the door. So yeah, Jalen Ramsey gonna be on the move. It's gonna be a hot offseason, man, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's go and get into NBA. Gonna switch it up for y'all. Fast break. Let's get it. So, guys, what did y'all think about this news? Nate McMillan relieved his head coaching duties.
Not shocked.
Trae
Young don't like him. He didn't like him. I think a couple of players really didn't like Nate McMillan, especially. But if your main starter get along with the head coaching, it's like the Hawks stopped playing for him. I look at the score before we got on the pod, man. They had like 81 points in the first half tonight against the Cavs. So obviously the new voice played a tune to the players because they tuned down Nate McMillan at the end. The Hawks are too good to be at the record that they had.
Mm-hmm. Especially in the East like that, you know. Mm-hmm. They were underachieving a lot this year. And that just speaks volumes of the players, though. If you just because you don't like your coach, don't mean you should stop playing, though. Especially with Trey Long. Like, you're a leader. Like, you supposed to be ready to play regardless. This is y'all future. This is y'all, able to get new contracts too. And you quitting on your coach, man, that's a bad sign. And people always talking about Trae Young, about his attitude and how he carries himself. So that's making him look even worse. And they say they shouldn't treat Matt Millen like that.
They should be a whole lot better than what their record is. That's the one I never understood. But I've heard for the past few months that Trey and Nate wasn't getting along, and a couple of other things. But I remember when he got the job and he brought them. I mean, didn't they go to the Eastern Conference Finals? Mm-hmm. He took them all the way there, and for them to go there off a half season and 2 years from that be to this point now is very disappointing. And then they got DeJounte Murray, they got Size, they got Capella, they just got Saddiq Bey from Detroit. Mm-hmm. So the Atlanta's supposed to be winning some games.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that the Hawks took a sharp left turn in this whole thing. And like you said, they playing better. So I guess that, it's sad that you saw Matt Millen get treated after he put that team together and got him that far to be treated like that. T-Rod, you think that speak, bad on Trae Young?
It depends on how you look at it. I mean, it's just part of the league now. The stars got all the power. So if your star don't like who the coach is, it's a wrap. I hate it for you.
They got too much power.
It depends on the player. Yeah. I mean, because I remember Magic before, Pat Riley was there. Magic didn't like the coach that was there, and he got rid of that. So we got Pat Riley, and that was history.
And LeBron, he got history of not liking a lot of coaches.
Let's not get started on that. What was the name of the guy that came over here from overseas that was coaching that? What was
David Blatt?
Yeah, Blatt, David Blatt.
Yeah,
I would never understand LeBron's knock on David. I mean, I understand he wanted I think it was just more he wanted Ty Lue to have the opportunity because Ty Lue was helping David Blatt, a lot because it was Blatt's first year over here. And of course, we see what Ty Lue is now. I'm saying this out loud. I guess looking at it now, since we're saying it out loud, I guess LeBron really wasn't wrong.
Yeah,
because he got Ty Lue out of the deal. But David Blatt wasn't doing a bad job. So
he wasn't. They just decided to stop listening to him after a while.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. It's kind of hard when you're coaching LeBron to see if you can. Because that year LeBron was crazy. He dragged that team to the finals. So it's kind of hard.
Remember when Spoelstra and LeBron got into it? But Pat, and this is another reason why LeBron left Miami, because Pat Riley is done data. He's not letting anybody make the decisions. LeBron didn't want Spoelstra. Pat said, we're going to ride with it. LeBron didn't like it, but he did it. And you see the result of it.
Shout out to Pat, man.
You got to keep it real with these players, man. Can't let them run the organization.
Yes, sir.
So Charles Barkley said this about Russell Westbrook. He said, this is his best chance to win a championship. He's going to be angry. It's going to be great to watch. T-Rod, you agree with that?
I agree that it's probably his best chance, but it's not going to be great to watch. Russ plays a terrible brand of basketball, man. Mm-hmm. Everybody hyped that he signed with the Clippers, and wait till he get in the fourth quarter in the clutch and he throwing the ball out of bounds. Missing layups.
Why you don't like his style play? Like, what's something about it that you don't like?
There's no pace. It's just go.
Mm-hmm. On go mode.
That's my. He just on go all the time. Like he doesn't. It's like he doesn't play with any kind of IQ. We done seen him many times. He'll run down the court and jack a three or make a bad pass in the club. Yeah, it's just
what me? It'd be three people at the goal. He put his head down, full steam ahead.
Yeah, like bro, stop. Like he the player you just don't even run down the court, bro. Mm-hmm. Like he the player when he get the rebound on the other end, you just don't run down there with him.
Fast break. When he get the rebound, it's fast break every time.
Yeah, you just gotta let him go, bro.
So you think this be the Russell Westbrook best chance to win championship flowers?
It is not because of him, just because of the depth of the team. I can map out, and I was talking to my cousin earlier about this because we was talking about the games tonight. And I told him that in order for the Clippers to work, Russell Westbrook cannot take more than 12 shots. He has to be the third or fourth scorer.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to throw stats out, I would need Russ. I'm quite sure he's going to start for the Clippers. I need Russell Westbrook to give me, with Kawhi and Paul on the floor and everything else they have around them, I need a solid 15 and 12 from Russ. That's it. 10 to 12 shots, get your foul. The Clippers have plenty of three-point shooters. Russ doesn't have to be the primary ball handler. And T. Wright is absolutely right. Russ is trying to live a second childhood because he's still trying to depend on his athletic abilities when he had from 8 years ago. He doesn't have it.
Right.
8 years ago, he could be go, 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 go. Now that he's 32, 33 years old, Russ needs to learn how to pick his spots. And we're not saying he's not uber athletic still. He is, but he's not what he was.
Right.
He has to pick his spots, learn how to manipulate and slow down the game. Got to do both. Like I said, just can't be go, 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 go. It can't be that all the time because when you get to rushing, that's where the turnovers come. But like I said, he's trying to make a cut. When he gets a pass coming, he can't catch the ball because he has tunnel vision looking at the rim.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
the turnovers have to stop because Kawhi, if anybody, Kawhi's not going to deal with it.
He gonna shut that down quick.
But if anybody that can coach Russ right now, probably Tyronn Lue. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I definitely can see Tyronn Lue being a point guard and having success with LeBron and company. And Russ, I think Russ should realize that he's on his last leg as far as trying to prove that he's still a valuable starter in this league. So it's best for Russ just to play a role. You don't have to do too much. You're still at home. Enjoy it. Do what's need to be done.
I never understand with these superstars why it's so bad to play a role.
That's basketball, and basketball is role.
That's basketball. That's yeah, you're right. That's all basketball is. You play a role.
But
you understand your role and you understand your assignment.
He coming from OKC where he was the guy. His usage rate was like out the roof.
No doubt.
His efficiency,
but your body should tell you that. The way you can't do the same stuff like you used to. That should tell you that you gotta evolve.
I think he can do close to the same stuff. It's just not called for. Like
not them shots.
It's not.
He lost taking
bad shots. He was taking bad shots in OKC. He was just taking 50 of them, so like 20 of them went in.
He was number one guy. Especially when the rent level.
He's taking 20 bad shots.
Yeah, he's taking 50 shots.
Someone had to go in.
I hope you get 40 and taking 50 shots.
I mean, 12 for 27 doesn't excite me. 12 for 29 doesn't excite me. This the rush we need now. He can be 7 for 12, go to the line 4 or 5 times, but the main thing is don't turn over the ball and give it to you. You can drive. You got plenty of shooters. You can kick it out too. Learn how to play off ball a little more. I knock James Harden for that, even though James Harden has actually adjusted because he plays different now. I give James that. They gave him that leeway in Houston to do all that stuff, but now he's adjusted. Because I don't see why James Harden, and I know I'm switching it up. I don't see why I think James Harden could be better, if he did what Steph did, as far as running off the ball through screens and coming off screens and shooting. It will open him up more instead of him, at the top of the key, doing all that. Sizing up people, and isolating and trying to, I understand if you get a big man on you, that's still a mismatch. But James, just not 5 years ago, man. He sees that.
That dad bod finally caught up with him.
I think Russ should go look at. He should go look at Jason Kidd tape when he was in Dallas, or CP tape now.
Perfect.
Perfect. And he's way more athletic than they ever thought about being. So if he kind of put that in his game, he'll have it figured out for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So Dane, he came out and said this. They better pray that I don't win a championship for the Blazers because he feel like he's not getting no credit that he deserves to, as being an all-star. He feel like he's not getting any credit. Flowers, does he have a right to feel this way, even though he's set in his mind to keep playing for Portland?
I like Dame. I like him a lot. But Damian Lillard's a damn fool if he thinks he's gonna win a championship in Portland. I'm sorry. Who do you have number one that's gonna match you right now? I mean, I like the Anthony Simons kid and all that, but they can't play defense. Dame's getting older, you know, and you get and Dame goes on these spurts to where he'll give you 40, he'll give you 30, and then he'll fall off. They are not built to compete in the West, and never will be. Dame's best opportunity was when the Warriors got by them in 5, when they made it to the Western Conference Final, and I don't get what Damian Lillard's trying to prove here. Just because you don't want to go to a super team, and I understand Portland drafted you, you trying to show loyalty and this and that, but man, you've been loyal to Portland for over 10 years, my brother.
Yep.
What have they done to help you out?
Exactly.
What have they done to help you out? I'm quite sure people would love to play with Damian Lillard, but who have they brought up there to help you? What have they done, you know, as far as money wise to spend, trade wise? They've had plenty of opportunities, especially when they had Terry Stotts, when they had CJ McCollum and company, when they made that run to bring somebody in to help. But they didn't. But Dame, if you want to sit up there and collect the checks and, you know, be loyal to an organization that will pay you and not anybody else, so be it.
So he can't sit up here and Dame, my boy, but Dame, you should have been out there, especially after they traded CJ and they ain't bringing no more help. Like they ain't bringing nothing.
They traded CJ because they didn't want to pay him no more because they seen they had Anthony Simons' kid that can do the same thing. That's it.
But after that, they didn't do it. Like they looking at the wire, I mean, he came out frustrated because they didn't sign nobody during that whole free agency period.
I don't want to hear it. I mean, you loyal to him, so you stay. Because all Dame got to do is say, trade me. They gonna trade me.
Yeah. It was Tyler, you were been throwing those deuces on like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I respect him for trying to stick it out, bro. But bro,
it's been too long.
It's because he's a top 50 all-time talent, I think. Easily. He's not gonna get that respect, like you said, just because he's important, and they never really gonna go anywhere.
He gonna be disrespected like Clyde Drexler is at this point. He gonna be disrespected. Yeah,
at least Clyde made the finals though.
Yeah.
Made the finals.
Yeah.
I give you one person that and it was too early to tell of how great we knew Jokic was gonna be. But you remember, what's the name of the center? Nurkic. What's the name?
Nurk.
Yeah, Big Nurk. Now you know Nurk was in Denver with Jokic, right? It was a time when both of them was in Denver together, and they would start Big Nurk and they would start Jokic, and both of them were just putting up these crazy numbers, and it just got to the point where Jokic started putting up triple doubles, and so they had to trade Big Nurk. He ended up in Portland.
Yeah,
man, if they would have got Jokic.
They might have had a little something going for themselves.
They might would have had a little something, but Denver seen it.
Do y'all feel like Portland just don't like they not even running to compete?
I mean, you got to think.
How they we got Dame. They put it all on Dame's shoulders, but it seemed like they never just.
How you let all these teams in the West surpass you? Like they went to the conference finals and like the Warriors beat them in 5. So since then, KD done got traded twice. That's a nice person to put beside Dame. I'm pretty sure that was before Kawhi and PG got in LA.
Yep.
You let AD know, or they couldn't do nothing about that AD to LA, but like it's just so many teams that have surpassed y'all, and y'all over here, y'all going to sign Josh Hart and Jeremy Grant,
and Josh Hart is gone.
Exactly, and that's a nice player to have, and they traded him away.
So that's why I don't understand what Portland's end goal is. I feel like they're just abusing, basically abusive what they're doing. Literally, like standing in a relationship that they just draining him.
The Portland fans are loyal to Damian Lillard. so they're going to come to the games, and that's all that management cares about.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, and I like Chauncey Billups. See, and me saying this out loud reiterates the fact of the matter that Damian should have left because after Stotts got fired and they brought Chauncey in, it was a full rebuild then.
Right.
So you want to sit for 2-3 years to rebuild, but in that midst of time, Durant is in Phoenix, Kawhi and Paul George is in L.A. You got LeBron in L.A. The Timberwolves are better. Memphis is better. New Orleans is better. The place you sit his running mate to it, So I see everybody, on the incline, and Portland is on the decline. I just don't like it. I don't like that for Dame. But Dame, he has this thing where he feel like he has to, stay loyal to prove a point that he's not on today's generation of hopping. I get it.
Hey, that's what he wanted. And now he can't complain about not getting the respect that he deserved. So let's look at some games that are going on tonight. The Hornets is beating the Timberwolves 113-109. Fourth quarter, 1 minute and 53 seconds left. The Rockets is beating the Warriors 12-8. First quarter, 7 and well, Curry's hurt. So Thunder is beating the Suns right now, 13-11. First quarter with 8:21 left. The Nets beat the Wizards 115-109. The Hawks blew out the Cavaliers 136-119. The Heat lose to the Bucks 128-99, and the Bulls blew out the Nets 131-87.
Oof.
Did y'all see the Lakers play last night?
Yeah.
Yes, I caught the highlights.
Good,
LeBron doesn't have to do a lot. That's a good thing for the Lakers.
So let me ask y'all this. What team in the West is a dark horse?
Lakers.
Yeah.
Just because of the additions. Just because, if everybody stay healthy and the way they playing, Lakers probably would be a dark horse. Trying to think, would it be anybody else? Maybe if Zion got healthy before the season ended and they got on a roll, they could be a dark horse. Probably them two. Everybody else is obvious. The Clippers are not going to surprise anybody. The Nuggets will be in the second round to the conference finals probably.
OKC not going to surprise nobody.
OKC probably be in the play-in, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you don't have to be the Lakers.
Can't stop letting OKC surprise you, people.
The Lakers got to win like the next 16 out of 24 or something crazy like that to even make the play-in, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how tough this.
They can't be that many games. They can't be that many games out of the 6th spot. They probably about 3-4 games out of the 6th spot.
I'm looking at it right now.
So tight.
They are 4 games out of the 6th spot.
So a good week. You going 4-2 in a week. Boom. You right back. You in the 6th spot. So the Lakers, they have a chance. But the big question will always be, can AD stay healthy? D'Angelo Russell rolled his ankle last night. But I don't think that's too much of a bigger concern. But AD got to stay healthy.
Yeah, it's funny though. He was just mad at LeBron about being injured, and he said he just rolled his ankle.
No, D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, D'Angelo Russell. Oh yeah, D'Angelo Russell did roll his ankle, but they said it was nothing serious, right?
Yeah, it wasn't nothing serious.
Yeah, for like a week or two.
Yeah, all right. Who will be a dark horse in the West, y'all? In the East, y'all think? Well, Chicago just lost.
I don't trust Chicago.
They did
for a year.
Lonzo, get well, man. We want to see you back out there. And I hear things, part of them saying that his knees are rubbing bone to bone. I don't know how true that is.
You don't have no confidence between his knees.
That's what I hear. I don't know how true that is, but he hadn't played in almost 2 years. So we have to start wondering.
Atlanta playing better? Would they be a dark horse?
That's only one game. There's only one game for Atlanta. I think we need to see a little more from them. Dark horse to win the championship, that's kind of hard to say in the East. Because nobody's gonna surprise you in the East. Right.
It's a 14 race in the East.
Yes. Really. I agree too. Philly, Bucks,
Boston,
Celtics,
Cavs,
Cleveland,
Heat, maybe.
But the Nets
yeah,
are
the
nice,
Heat,
bro.
yeah. The
The
who?
Nets are nice.
They
I don't know.
are,
They
got
have
spanked
enough.
tonight.
Yeah, they got.
They ain't got
I
enough,
don't
but
know. They have enough.
they got some over there.
They
As far
need
as the dark
time.
horse, though, no.
Mm-hmm. Nets need time. They got a lot of pieces and a lot of things to figure out.
Yeah.
But maybe Heat. Maybe just to give somebody. Let me say Miami, because they'll be the fifth. The last team out of that 4. Yeah, let's say Miami.
Yeah. I feel like they gotta have a good roster, and they always play good defense.
Mm-hmm.
So that defense gonna take them pretty far. It just all depends
Kevin
on the
Love,
scoring,
too.
man. They can't have that scoring just dry up, because sometimes that's what happened to them.
I think their record. I think they're like 20-4 when they score over 108 points.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, it's something crazy like that, man.
And they have to bring that every night in the playoffs. They gonna have to. So it's interesting, especially after the NBA All-Star break. Teams gonna start playing hard now, and we already seen it with some of these scores. Like teams that probably winning, they winning. So they trying to make up the race. That's why LeBron playing like he playing, cause he know he only got a short amount of time.
He came out the other day and said he don't want to miss the playoffs.
Well, you should have been sending out them last 2 games, 3 games after you broke the record.
He was sending a message.
We suck. We sorry. Get somebody else.
I didn't say this last podcast, but I think cause think about it. He sat out. You see him at the Super Bowl looking just fine. You see AD mad, and then the report comes out that LeBron's camp is mad that Darvin Ham is playing him too many minutes. And as soon as he gets back, he plays the least amount of minutes he's played the whole year.
So we talking about load management here.
I don't think LeBron wants to play 40 minutes a game. I mean, that's understandable. I don't think. I mean, if you want LeBron to last, especially at the age he's at now, LeBron probably doesn't need to play no more than 33 minutes a night. Can we agree to that?
I ain't down on that.
AD needs to take the shoulder of 36, 37 minutes a night. But you know what? They deep enough now. LeBron can play 32 minutes a night because you got Hachimura coming off the bench. You got Malik Beasley. AD got Mo Bamba, behind him and stuff now. So, use your minutes right. They had the same depth a week ago.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be interesting for sure after this NBA All-Star break. I think the NBA has an app where you can watch all the games. Just like the NFL does. I think NBA
theirs is better.
It's
NBA League Pass. Yeah. You can you don't have to get the whole league pass with NBA. You can, if you just want to watch one team, say if you want just to watch the Lakers, you can just pay for the Lakers.
NFL need that so bad.
Yeah, NFL needs that badly. They will make
well, they need to expand it because you only can get the local games with NFL.
Mm-hmm. You get blacked out on with the local
get black. Yeah, like that's so dumb. Like I remember one time I was traveling to Tennessee and I was watching the Saints in Carolina. Man, soon I crossed over. I forgot what state that was. That game switched on me. I was like, hold on, like what is this? What? I was like, I paid money.
Not today,
bro. I was so mad, and I cut the game off. My wife like, what you doing? I said, I can't get the Saints game. She's like, well, you can just look at the scores. I said, nah, I ain't watching.
Insane.
Yeah, I ain't saying so. I didn't look at the scores or updates or nothing the whole night until the game was over, and then I went back and rewatched the game. Then that's how I found out if they won or not. Mm-hmm. But that's crazy. That NFL should let you buy that package for that team. It doesn't matter if you live in Washington or you live in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. You should get that team that you pay for. It's that simple.
Exactly. And be able to watch. It should don't black out the game on the app.
Yeah.
I mean, local people gonna watch it on TV. Mm-hmm. Let me watch it on the app. If, like you say, the Saints playing, like especially down here on Fox, Saints gonna be down.
Mm-hmm. You want to see your coach. You want to see your coach on your phone, not the Saints. Mm-hmm. So NFL know what they're doing. They know they just dragging their feet. It took them this long to get the app. to say, okay, they just.
Well, I think YouTube got the rights now,
Ooh.
if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, YouTube, they know what they doing. I want a YouTube, but man, they costly, bro. You was that
Everything-
YouTube TV?
everything
It
has a
was
price.
close to $70 bucks or something like that. And I'm like,
Well,
man, I already have
that's
too
not
much.
bad. That's not bad though. I mean, just
Well, yeah,
if you pay-
multiple.
for 200 channels, 300 channels, you paying $60-$70 a month. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Well, I have like ton of streaming services, so I had to cut out some stuff.
Yeah,
Not too much. Cause that's the problem. That's the problem. Like you go on to Amazon Prime to watch Thursday night games. You go into this and that. Like it's so dumb. Like there just need to be one thing, one entity where I can just go and watch NFL games. Like give me the whole slate. If I want the whole slate, cause back then it was NFL Sunday Ticket, I believe.
Yeah, it was a ticket. I don't know what YouTube gonna call. Maybe it'll still be the ticket, but it'll just be on YouTube.
Yeah, like man, and that's the problem we have with NBA games. It's like these games are not. They only come on TNT and ESPN, and they
This is what happens to us. Like if I want to watch the Pelicans play, right, and if the game is on NBA TV. I can't watch it on NBA TV. They're going to tell me it's blacked out. I need to turn to Fox Sports South. I don't have that damn channel.
Yeah. I write my letter. I do not have Fox Sports South. Stop
Let me see it on NBA TV. It's on. I have NBA TV. Let me turn it to channel 216 and watch the damn game. Not the 649-5.
Y'all have too many people covering these games. Y'all have too many cameras and too many satellites around this.
I ain't gonna say that online. I'm gonna say I can get online and watch it.
Don't tell the app. Don't tell the app now.
No, I ain't gonna tell you where. You hit me up in my DM and I tell you. But
we don't need they already took away the movies and everything.
Well, yeah.
So don't take away our sports app because there is an app out there that lets you watch all the games. So shout out to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all the real
special someone.
So yeah, man, it's heating up NBA. We can't wait. Oh yeah, I do want to touch on something. Dillon Brooks.
Dillon Brooks.
Dillon Brooks.
My bad, Dillon Brooks. Right, y'all saw what he did to Embiid and Harden. Like, do you have a problem with the way he's carrying himself right now? Like, trying to be the tough guy. He's trying to be Draymond Green, right?
You want to go first, Tyler?
Do y'all think it's good for Memphis? Do y'all think it's good for Memphis to have that?
No, because I can go back about a month or two ago since Ja ran his mouth about, man, we good in the West. I can't tell. Like they had a 17-point lead last night. Now that was a good game last night. Philly and
Philly
and Embiid and Harden had a great game, walked them down. They came back, closed it out. Memphis, man, they have fallen. Boy, they have fallen.
They doing too much talking. They're not playing.
Doing too much talking and not playing. Trying to be, want to be hard guys. Just go out there and play the game. Dillon Brooks, you jabbing and talking so much a damn points per game that went down a couple points. You talk too damn much. Just go play the game.
What do players don't understand is it ruins the flow for that team. If you constantly jabbing and stopping and doing this and doing the other type of stuff, it kind of interests. Yeah. That's why Bruce Bowen was so good at playing defense and being that tough guy for the Spurs, because he didn't do silly stuff. Like he did it when it actually mattered. Like when he knew he can get momentum from the crowd, not just silly antics just to get somebody riled up. Like you gotta play it smart and when to do it.
My only thing is they haven't done anything to be talking like this. What have you done to be talking like this? Y'all ain't even made it to past the second round?
Your second round.
No, ain't made it to the Western Finals yet.
You know what I'm saying? So he talking like he good in the West.
What you good at? Finishing last?
Come on now.
Good at not finishing dunks. Yeah. You good not finishing dunks.
Embiid told him no.
Like, come on, bro.
Embiid swatted that last night.
I gotta go get him a jumper. more than what he
Yeah.
got.
They need some vets on that team. He needs a number 2 that's a vet because they're too
Right.
young. Memphis is too young and too arrogant. That's
Too
the problem
arrogant.
with them.
They need some humble pie. You know, you think they have a good slice of it after keep getting knocked out the playoffs.
Nah, them boys be listening to Young Boy before the game. That's what it is.
Or what, Blueface?
Nah, they be in there bumping that YB. They be feeling real thuggish.
You know what rhymes with thuggish, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Sluggish, and that's how they bring.
Yeah, they rhyme sluggish. So Memphis, they need to get that together. So it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be NBA heating up. It's gonna be real good this year. So anything else you want to bring up from in the pod?
Nothing that I can think of at the moment. I think we had a good show tonight.
We're gonna dive some more into the NFL draft. I forgot the dates for the combine. I think it's in
March, probably.
March.
No, the draft's in April.
Yeah. Combine's in March, draft is in late April, I believe. So we got a little bit of time to dive into it and try to fit some of these NFL teams. We probably go back to
coming up too.
Mm-hmm. So we probably gonna touch on taking care of these teams, seeing what the team needs are for each division, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to the show. Like and subscribe. Right now, we have 37 YouTube subscribers. We try to get to 50 by the end of March. Help us reach our goal to get to 50.
Please.
Yes, we thank y'all for the support. Like always.
As always.
We out of here.
Live, laugh, love, people.
See y'all later, guys. See y'all later.